Hello and warm welcome. Today we are discussing with Ho Chee, Vice President of Sales and Marketing Group and General Manager of the Global Cloud Sales Group at Intel Corporation. Kit focuses on helping local CSPs grow and sell to enterprises. We will discuss the current scenario of cloud business in India and more. Welcome, Mr. Kit. At the moment, India Inc. is adopting a hybrid cloud approach. In your view, what are the challenges of operating in a multi-cloud or a hybrid cloud, according to you?
Ultimately, from an Intel standpoint, we believe that the world is moving to a multi-cloud environment. The last 10 years largely has been all about the buzz around public cloud, right? So you've got the large service providers around the world who are now operating here in India, providing public cloud. But as you look at new regulations like GDPR as one example, as you look at the growth within enterprise, there is a need for on-prem private cloud to build. There is a need to have the ability to burst into public clouds as well. So we believe that over time, as it is now happening, that the multi-cloud environment will become real.
What is Intel's strategy? What sets it apart in terms of cloud service offerings?
For us, there are a few things that we do to set us apart. Obviously, supporting the cloud service providers, and some names come to mind, the Amazons of the world as one example, is what we do, right? Here in India, you've got an interesting combination because not all enterprise customers want to put their data, their applications and workloads on public cloud. So you do have certain local providers who are now building cloud for on-premises use, and we're supporting them too. Because what it does do is it helps the enterprise CIOs and CTOs modernize their infrastructure. And it gives them ultimately more flexibility and a better cost profile, and ultimately, hopefully, better profitability, right, for their business. So to us, it's very exciting because these are different cloud environments that are getting built out. And it's still relatively early days, but it is a very exciting environment from our standpoint.
So how do you think a hybrid cloud business will benefit Indian enterprises, especially focusing here? I mean, can you give some examples?
There are cases where you may want to put, for example, your workload with a major CSP. The cloud economics, the economies of scale may make it make sense. However, there are also usages where you may want the workloads kept in-house. And so in that situation, you have the emergence of what we call multi-cloud, or what sometimes people call that hybrid cloud environment. That environment allows an enterprise customer to not just have certain workloads potentially mission critical in-house, but it also allows them to burst when they are short on capacity. So it provides a win-win so that they don't need to build out as much infrastructure, which then reduces their capital expenditure. The CapEx. So the cloud technology allows you to do that, right? Which is something that I think will benefit enterprise customers here in India.
So what tips would you like to give for the local CSPs for their business growth?
I think it's important to understand the segment they're playing in because increasingly you've got the large cloud service providers coming here into India and the hyperscalers, as we call them, and they've got cloud economics figured out because they've been in this segment of cloud far longer than many of the newer incumbents from India. So understanding the segment is important. The other thing is, if and when they understand the segment, how do they differentiate? And what technologies do they bring to their customers, which it may include small and medium enterprise as well as large enterprise. That is important. And the third thing is, the technologies are now getting pretty complex. For example, the implementation of artificial intelligence as a service, AI as a service, there are different ways of implementing that. And so just understanding what the end customer needs are and then bring those requirements back as they work with Intel, I think that's important because the different solutions that we have to meet different requirements really depend on what the requirements of the customers are.
What's the Intel strategy? There have been lots of rampant cyber attacks and all. So what's the Intel strategy to tackle it?
So if your reference is to the cyber attacks or the side channel security issues that became public last quarter in Q1, there are many things we've done since then. We've now have roundtables or focus groups with customers, OSVs, to understand where the vulnerabilities are. So that's one. Two is we worked with them to develop microcodes and micro patches, working alongside the OEMs as well to make sure that these are proliferated. In our future products that we launch, especially those launching in Q1, early Q1 next year, we're putting fixes not just through microcodes software, but also through the hardware. So we are very quickly, in a very short time, evolving our solutions and our patches to answer these questions that people are asking. So we think that we've been pretty proactive. I think the investment that we've taken to answer these questions is not trivial. And that will continue because we do understand security is a big concern and a big area that we all need to be taking very seriously. So this area will not go away. I think the area and issue of security continues to be a big focus area for Intel.
Thank you, Kit.
Oh, not at all. Thank you.
Thank you so much.